My name's Charlotte and I look after the youth membership scheme at Centre of the Cell. In this video, we're going to be sharing some of our tips for how to choose the right university for you. A few weeks ago, we were talking about how to decide which is the right subject for you to study at university. So now we're talking about how do you decide where to study. I'm going to be joined by my colleagues Emma, Carola, Lorena, Safiya and Ashraya, and we're going to talk about what were the things that were important to us when we were deciding where to study at university. As always, there's a link in our bio to one of our blog posts which goes into this topic in lots more detail.
Important thing to consider when thinking about what university you want to go to is whether or not you want to go to a university that is far away or close to where you grew up. Universities that are close and local to you have multiple benefits. It's a familiar environment, it's somewhere you're used to. Sometimes you can even live at home and commute into the university. That can reduce a lot of stress that comes along with going to uni, like having to cook for yourself, look after yourself and study, all independently in a new learning style. There are, however, benefits to moving away and going to a different university in a whole new area. It's a great chance for independence and it fully allows you to integrate into university and student life. When it comes to healthcare degrees specifically, there can be real benefits to going to a university in a different place to where you grew up. Every part of the UK has a different population, a different group of people that lives there. If you're wanting to study something like medicine or dentistry, it can actually be really eye-opening to experience a whole new group of people, experience a new culture, a new religion, people who do things differently to how you were brought up. That makes you a sort of better practitioner overall because you can better understand the different types of people you might interact with if you went on to work in the NHS. There are loads of things that you should consider about when you choose your university and which one you want to go to, but you should definitely think about what the benefits are of staying local or moving further away.
Hi guys, my name is Carola and I'm studying medicine at Barts, and the reason why I chose Barts is mostly because of the incredibly supportive environment that the university has. So I'm not the most competitive person, and this is what I really loved about Barts, that while it's still a top uni that pushes you to do your best, then at the same time it also promotes teamwork and helping each other, and it's also really keen about us finding a work-life balance, which is something that's really been helping me.
Hi, I'm Lorena. I'm a third year medical student. So when I was choosing where to study medicine, I knew I wanted to stay in London. So I chose to put 2 UKCAT and 2 BMAT universities so that I would increase my chances of staying in London. And I think it's such a unique place to study where we've got so many international people from different backgrounds, different cultures. So to study medicine in such a unique place is what I wanted to do, and it's where I ended up studying.
Something that was really important to me when I was choosing my uni course was the course structure. I really like the medicine course structure here at Barts as it's a spiral curriculum, so you cover topics 3 times throughout the course, which I feel really consolidates and builds upon your knowledge, which really suits my learning style. Another thing that's really important to consider, especially for medicine and healthcare degrees, is the placement. So medicine has a large amount of placement, and I knew that I wanted patient contact right from the first year, so Barts was a great choice for me. Integrated courses offer placement alongside the theory, whereas more traditional courses will do all of the theory followed by all of the placement. For non-healthcare degrees, it's important to look at the teaching style too. Do you want something that's really practical heavy or something very theory heavy? It's also important to look at the modules, as different course titles at different universities can really vary even if they look very similar. So be sure to look at the course structure and content when deciding which uni you want to go to.
Another important thing to consider when making your decision is what kind of an environment the university is located in. So whether this is a big city or a smaller town. There's obviously pros and cons to both, so it's just a question of what you think would fit best with your personality and where you think you could spend at least a couple of years comfortably. Big cities can be more expensive, but on the other hand, they give you more of an opportunity to get involved in things outside of a university life, whereas smaller towns may have that campus feel that you like. They may be less expensive, but they might also have less opportunities for you to get outside of that university bubble. The way this impacted my choice was I've always grown up in big cities, and it's where I feel my most comfortable and where I feel like I can easily get the lay of the land. So when I was applying to universities, the majority of the universities I applied to were in London, so a big city, because that's where I thought I would feel most comfortable.
One thing I think is really important to keep in mind is finances. You'll need to think about how you're covering your living costs, things like accommodation, travel, food, and anything else that you might need to spend money on throughout your studies. Alongside your tuition fee loan, you can also apply for a maintenance loan from the student loans company. However, most of the time this won't be enough to cover all of your living costs. So you'll need to plan ahead, do a bit of research about the cost of living in the different locations where you're interested in studying. You might also want to think about what alternative sources of income are available to you. Can you get some support from your family? Would you be able to work a part-time job? Would you be able to get access to things like grants and bursaries? This is something in particular you might want to research. So grants and bursaries are free money that the university gives you provided that you meet certain criteria. Most of the time it depends on what your family's household income is. So thinking about how finances shaped my decisions when it came to university. First of all, I knew that I didn't want to study in London. That wasn't really an option for me because the living costs were going to be far too expensive. I ended up studying at the University of Sheffield, where I did biology for 4 years, and fortunately Sheffield is a really cheap place to live compared to lots of other places in the UK. So my housing was really affordable and I lived within walking distance of the university campus. Due to the fact that I was from a low-income single parent family, I was able to access some bursaries from the University of Sheffield. I also worked part-time throughout my second, third and fourth years at university, and I also was very lucky to be nominated to receive a bursary for 3 years from a local charity when I finished sixth form. And all of these different sources of income combined allowed me to have a lot of financial independence at university. I was really, really lucky to be in that position. So I want to finish this video just by saying, don't be put off by worrying about how you're going to cover your living costs if you want to go to university, because there are lots of different things you can do to help boost your income and to make it work. There are loads of different ways that you can access money that doesn't have to be paid back. Of course, your student loans don't have to be paid back until you earn a certain amount of money after you graduate, so they're quite good loans to get. There's also loads of opportunities for you to work part-time while you're at university. Depending on your course, you can often fit lots of different types of flexible working around your studies. So there are lots of different options out there. Just do your research, plan ahead, and you'll be absolutely fine.